Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. I am Tim with my co-commentator once again getting ready for the GP4 Series Bahrain Grand Prix. Oliver, how are you today?
Fine, man. Good week today. We've got a nice good week of races today. Second race of the season. I had to say, off track was pretty eventful due to the stewards, but yeah, due to the standings, while they're looking right now, I could say the least that we're in for a very good race today.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. You know, last week, if you remember, Gaming Things actually did win the race. However, there was an incident about 10 laps prior to the finish between him and Energy Dan. The stewards deemed that that was warranted for a 5-second time penalty. So the win actually went to Phantom Shadow, getting his first win in, I believe, his first race in SFR.
I mean, that was unbelievable for Phantom Shadow. I mean, the drivers themselves, they had to face difficult conditions in the rain. They had to figure out tyre choices. I'd just say this as well, Tim. There was at one point in the race, actually, when everyone switched to the medium tyres. They thought, oh, it's going to be good enough to dry. Liverpool SC Pro. Okay, then let's circle him for a second. He stayed out on the medium tyres. He made a good benefit for them when everyone else switched to mediums. So Liverpool SC Pro did a fantastic job of actually using his head rather than using everyone else's thought it's done enough for mediums. He stayed on the mediums. He gained up loads of time. Shame he didn't. It's a shame he didn't actually make the points, but fair enough. He's now back again as another reserve, and what a reserve he's filling for, Tim. What a reserve drive for Liverpool SC Pro today.
Yeah, he is actually reserving for our past champion, Snellweg, who was not able to make it to the race tonight. So, last week he's in the McLaren, which was ironically Snellweg's car last season. Now he is actually in Snellweg's car in the Red Bull, and he was pretty excited to be in that car. So we're going to see how he does today. However, he's not quite out on track just yet. The first driver to blink out on track is the Bear in the Racing Point. So we're going to ride on board with him as he completes his outlap and eventually starts his timed lap, and we'll see how he stacks up against the rest of the field.
Do you think that tyres today, Tim, is going to be a massive factor today?
That they are. You know, Energy Danny was talking to us before the race, and he said that the main strategy that we're going to probably see here is going to be like, what was it, the soft to mediums, or sometimes like medium hards? And because the soft tires, they really only last about 10 laps around here, and he predicted that the mediums would only last about 12 or 13. So tire wear is going to be a huge factor today.
I mean, you think about Bahrain, and you think about how hard the tires are how hard the tires and they're going to go through, because you've got long corners here. You've got like long corners to actually come round, and that can degrade the tires. I mean, you think about the first set is all right. It's the second and third set is where it's going to really punch the tires what the Bears go through now. But it's a little slalom section through here, a little bit wide in the first bit, but then takes the exit curve beautifully, goes into the next corner. Oh, it goes very wide as the Bear. But yeah, I had to say to him, it's this next corner, Tim, where he's going to play absolute maniac for the tyres. It's this corner here. Turns 9 and 10. It goes easy to lock your left front around here, because the lateral load, it goes into that left front tyre. So yeah, it's going to be a very hard track for tyres. Like you said before, Tim, it's going to be like, 10 laps of soft, about 12, 13 laps, 12, 15 laps for mediums. And the hard tyres, they'll go a good 20 laps. So yeah, so tyres will be a lot of minds of the drivers today. Oh, and the Bear just invalidated, unlucky there.
Yeah, and to go back on what you were saying, Oliver, turns 8, 9, and 10 really are my worst corners on this entire track. Turn 8, a big problem that I always seem to have if my car is suffering from understeer, is that I'm turning the wheel so much that when I finally get on that nice little straightaway, it actually turns the car. And you got to be careful because sometimes that's going to trick you into thinking that your car is loose when in fact it is very tight. And then of course, as you said, the lockup going into 9 and 10, we're gonna have to look at that during qualifying and the race. However, Kara going fastest right now with a 1:26.3, so good lap from Kara there, trying to actually show him. For some reason there is a glitch to where it would not let me select his name, but we got that worked out now.
So cars going through now to complete their laps. We've got a Red Bull, which looks to be, no, it's an AlphaTauri. I believe it's either Energy Dan or Shallow Lancer. So look at it is Energy Dan. He's about to come across the line, Tim, in his first run into the AlphaTauri.
So Energy Dan, of course, the favorite to win last week in Australia before that incident with Gamey Things. However, he was able to salvage a podium, finishing in 3rd place. So, 3rd place in the standings right now for Energy Dan as he finishes his lap, as you said, a 1:27.932 for Energy Dan. So that's only 9th quickest at the moment, but he did qualify on the medium tires. So I expect that he would have a little bit more pace if he were to switch to the softs.
To be honest, I think what Energy Dan is doing here, I think he wants to start on the medium tyres because then it will really help him out in strategy-wise. If you think medium hards can really work around here. I mean, if you think, what I'm trying to say is, I think it'll work out for him better if he does start on mediums. If guy starts the mediums, that'll really help him out because you think about it, it really opens up the strategy a lot more.
Yeah, it really does, and you can extend that first stint, and then you get to the hard tires. And, and you're just good for the rest of the race, because those tires last so long. He was saying that they can last about 20 laps, but as the nature with hard tires is you're really suffering from a loss of pace, especially in Sector 2 when you have those twisty sections and those really tight corners. So, really, no matter how you look at it, it's a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, and you're right, because you think about it. Hard tires can go a long distance, but they struggle in the final, the second sector. Because they'll be sliding a lot, but once they wear down and get up to their degrading position, they actually really stick down to the road very well. A few people coming in on the comments saying, James Hooker said, go to be a massive night for the guys tonight with Snellweg out of the race. And Ray Chunter said this is going to be a great race. Does anyone know if it's a dry race? Well, buddy, it's Bahrain. It never rains. It sometimes rains in Bahrain, but I would doubt it. I really doubt it's going to be raining today.
I find it very ironic that a place with the name Bahrain doesn't actually get a lot of rain, but as it is.
Oh dear. England's got that term because we're known as what was known as a water country. So if you think about it, we get a lot of rain in here in England. It's unbelievable the amount of rain that we have.
So you all stole Bahrain's rain. I see
yeah,
exactly what you
so.
did. So far, it looks like we have all but 2 drivers who have qualified. Currently watching Itchy Boy Alfie, who is out there for a second lap on the soft tires. Currently his best lap, a 1:26.713. Good enough for 4th, and that is actually a pretty good time from Itchy Boy Alfie.
Ferrari looking strong as well, don't you say? Sonic Hawk and Podge?
Oh, yes, definitely. Ferrari, Sonic Hawk, and Podge, 2nd and 3rd, of course, they're in the pits. Well, Podge is in the pits as Sonic Hawk is actually on his outlap, as is Kara. Sonic Hawk at 1:26.5, so that's only 0.2 of a second slower than Kara in the Renault, just ahead of him. So we'll see if Sonic Hawk can maybe snatch that pole position away from Kara, or if he's going to have to settle for the runner-up position. Of course, we have a little over 10 minutes remaining, so no one is out of the count just yet.
You have to think about it, though, Tim. That it was going so well for Ferrari, and especially for SFR Podge Racing. Oh man, I did feel bad for him. He was doing so well. He was running in the top 3 at some point, and then safety car came out, and then it all just went down the drain for him. I felt super bad for Podge. It was, oh man, it was heartbreaking to watch.
So Sonic Hawk starting his 2nd flying lap. We'll see what he can do. It looks like there's an AlphaTauri coming out of the pits. Not sure if that was Energy Dan or Shadow Lancer. it was Energy Dan. It looks like he's on his outlap now.
Yeah. Now, due to the practice session, Sonic Hawk Racing and Podge and SFR Podge Racing, they've been looking really strong in practice, and they're showing it right now here on race day. So I can see Fry having a very good result today.
Yeah, and I could too. And Sonic Hawk obviously looking very good, but riding on board with him now as he just enters the second sector.
Look what Ferrari are doing to him. Look what Ferrari are doing. That is smart for Ferrari.
That it is. Podge on his outlap, giving the slipstream to Sonic Hawk so he can maybe get just a little bit faster on that straightaway. So let's see if it works for him. Will he be purple in second sector? Yes, he is.
Wow, 6/10. Wow, the slipstream does work around here. Goodness me.
So this might be a pole lap from Sonic Hawk if he can get by this final corner very easily. Let's see if he can do it. He maybe misses the apex just a little bit, was not on board with him, so couldn't really tell, but it doesn't seem to phase him at all as he crosses the line. And goes
wow.
A 120. Is that a 125.8?
That's the first man in the 125s, yeah.
Oh my goodness, so Sonic Hawk very quick. Now let's take a look at Racing Podge here, or Podge Racing for this season. Riding on board with him as he is now on his lap. He invalidated the lap. And that corner is so very tricky. I'm not surprised that happened where it did. Right out of turn 2, you want to gun it. And if you actually can get the grip to gun it, you got to be careful to not go wide because you want to, but you got to be careful. So let's go take a look.
Energy Dan's on his lap, Tim?
Yeah, Energy Dan on his lap in Sector 3 at the moment. Purple in Sector 2, it looks like. So going down the final straightaway now. Just one more corner to go.
I just looked in the background, there's Shadowlands behind it. Was Energy Dan and Shadowlands are playing the same thing, Tim?
Maybe so. Let's see what happens with Energy Dan on his lap here. Shadowlancer, of course, on his outlap, about to start his flying lap. Energy Dan crosses the line, and he goes
That's
third
more
quickest,
like him.
A 126.3. So now let's take a look at Shadowlancer, who's down there in the 18th spot right now with a 128.8. Going to definitely look to improve on that as we ride on board with him. Going through turn 1, a very tricky corner is turn 1. It's pretty much a 90-degree corner, so you've got to be so very careful when you go in there.
There you go.
Yep, and more slipstream from the AlphaTauri teammates.
I mean, for Shadowlancer, Tim, you couldn't ask for a better start to the season for Shadow. Remember last season, Tim, when he was in the Williams, he was like running in the midfield. Now look at him, he's more of a top runner now here in SFR.
Yeah, he really is, and hats off to Shadowlancer. We asked Energy Dan about that last week if he had been working with Tom. And he said that he really didn't have to, that Tom is a good driver, and that, he can just work with him and give him a few tips, but really he said that Tom already has it in him. And, we're going to see this season what Tom can do with Energy Dan as his teammate. The runner-up in the championship last season, so he picked a pretty good teammate.
Well, it's a good insight to see, isn't it? Oh, my goodness, Shadowlancer 1.2. That's more Shadowlancer right now. 1.2 second. Not a purple, but it's a personal best. So let's see what Shadowlancer can do in the final two turns.
So going down the straightaway, going to cross the line. He will end up in 10th, a 127.0, so not a bad lap at all. He probably is looking for a little bit better, and he might be able to get out there for one final lap if he hurries and gets back to the pits. It's going to be close, though. But so far, it is Sonic Hawk, VXI, and Gaming Things, your top 3. Of course, Sonic Hawk setting that super fast lap just a few laps ago, and then VXI.
Here comes Liverpool SC Pro towards the final 2 corners.
Let's take a look at him. He's currently in the 17th position, a 128.320.
And he'll set a 128.163, so he'll stay in 17th.
Liverpool, of course, as we said, subbing for the past champion of Snellweg. Probably wishing that he could get a little bit further up the grid, but this is only his second race in SFR, so we're going to have to give him some time.
Oh, and it just, and he's very, very new to league racing as well. We've got an Alfa Romeo in the background. I think that most likely to be Pro Oliver. It is Pro Oliver spinning off. Both Alfa Romeos are off the track.
And Pro Oliver was actually one of the underdogs that.
Yeah, he was. He was, yeah. So Pro Oliver do a lot more, I would say, in the least. He's just warming up now for his lap, so we're going to see how he does through there. What about Cara? What's he doing? He's round 2, turn 10 at the moment.
Oh, a little bit loose there. Wow. Having a dance with that car as he goes down the straightaway.
Yeah. Do you remember Cara, Tim? When he was in the McLaren, he was always the qualifying person, always qualified the top, but then his race pace, it's just, I don't know, you could tell that, purple in the first set, that's what I mean, he's such a qualifying person, so he loves qualifying this Cara.
Yeah, and, he's running in 5th right now, so that is a really good result in qualifying, so that would, certainly keep with that theme, but I'm sure if he had his choice, and he's actually going into the pits. Yeah, so apparently he's not happy with that lap car going into the pits, going to stay in 5th, and he will have enough time to get out there for one final lap. He's going to have to be quick about it.
Oh, indeed so. So the racing points, they're 3rd and 7th. They're looking pretty good as well. Otako Logan is on his out lap. We also got the Alphas about to start their runs. So look at them, Lewis and Oliver. They've started their runs now. See how they get on.
So riding on board with Lewis, looks like Proliver is just ahead of him going through turn 1. Now turn 2. Lewis's best time, a 127.440. Proliver's best time, a 127.883. So they're lining up so far in 11th and 14th respectively. However, Lewis might just be able to get the jump on Proliver and get into the top 10 because he might have just a little bit of slipstream going down the straightaway if he can catch him. So far, it looks like they're a sufficient enough gap to where Dirty Air is not going to affect him.
Big lock up. Big lock up from Proliver there.
Oh, and the Red Bull's actually stopped.
That's Liverpool SC Pro spinning around. On free lap old sauce.
So down the straightaway now, Lewis trying to get a slipstream from his teammate at Proliver, but they're both on a flying lap, so we're not going to see Proliver slow down for him. And then
Lewis went wide.
Very wide. Yes, he does. He missed the apex entirely. Proliver didn't look all that great around the corner, but definitely better than Lewis that time around. And then Proliver's
invalidated.
Yeah, so Proliver goes wide, hasn't validated his lap. Lewis, so far, so good. Let's see if he can improve. Currently in 11th, he wants to get into that top 10 spot, but will he be able to do it? This will be his final lap. Going down the straightaway, he's going to activate that DRS and cross the line. Where does he end up? He goes to 8th place.
Nice lap there. Beautiful lap there from Lewis. Beautifully done. Need for Speed. He's on a lap. Let's see how he does it in his Alfa Romeo. In his Haas car, sorry. Yeah, he's in his Haas car. Let's see how Need for Speed gets on.
Yeah, Need for Speed, of course, deciding to go for Haas this season instead of the Alfa Romeo. Looks like there's some cars in front of him that he's having to get out of the way of.
Oh, my word.
Oh, my goodness. What happened there? Not sure if there was a communication issue with him or if he actually did cut the corner. I think that might have just been a little bit of a glitch, Oliver, so he might still be okay.
I don't know. Was the McLaren on the racing line? I don't know. That was You Could Beat Me. Oh, careful of that curb, Harry. You're very close to spinning. Do not touch that turn. You can kiss that turn 12 curb, but you can't ride it because obviously when that happens, you're going to be spinning the other way and facing the other way around. So obviously that's not going to be good enough.
Oh, and he invalidates his lap in the final corner.
Oh, that's his qualifying. That is qualifying. That just jumped up. Stocksy 9 Tim in the other Haas car. He's gone into 3rd. Beautiful lap from Stocksy 9.
126.224 for the Haas car of Stocksy 9. Energy Dan on his out lap as well as Gaming Things on a flying lap. Let's take a look at Gaming Things going through turns 9 and 10 now.
Sonic Colt's qualifying's done.
Oh yeah, Sonic Hockey's off.
Sonic Corky validated through turn 9 and 12. Turn 9 and 10, sorry. He went too fast. And it's your boy Alfie's been disqualified.
For
parking in a dangerous location.
Where was he parked?
I don't know if that's the thing.
Well, unfortunately for it's your boy Alfie getting disqualified from the session, looks like he is going to have to start in 20th place, so he's going to have a lot of climbing to do if he wants to get on the podium here today. But so far, Gaming Things coming around the final corner to complete his final lap of qualifying. crossing the DRS zone and now crossing the line. He stays in third, a 1:26.201, and that's actually tied with VXI's time, down to the thousandth of a second. VXI and Gaming Things both a 1:26.201.
And VXI is on his lap now, Tim. He's just going through turn H right now.
So let's see if VXI can beat his previous time and Gaming's time. Of course, VXI, if he cannot, will retain the position ahead of Gaming Things because he got to the line and set the time first.
Here comes VXI. Let's see what he can do in the Williams car. Through turn 12. Oh, racing. SFR Pod has gone into third. Dan's gone into second. Dan's gone into second place. Beautiful lap from Dan. What's VXI going to do? Kara's gone to third.
VXI was purple in the second sector. Let's see what he does here in the third sector. Down the final straightaway, going to cross the DRS zone and going to cross the line. Does he improve? He goes to fourth.
Oh, he's got around Podge. Nicely done. Sonic gets pole. Brilliant.
What you see is what you get. Qualifying is now officially over. Sonic on the pole position. Energy Dan in second, and Kara rounding out the top three with VXI and Podge in fourth and fifth. Gaming Things, Stocksy, the Bear, Lewis, and You Can Beat Me, your top 10.
Shadowlancer down in 12th. Not what Shadowlancer wanted for qualifying, Tim.
Definitely not.
But look at the bright side, Tim. Shadowlancer, the top 10, will get the free choice of tyre now. They can either start on hard or mediums.
Yeah, so Shadowlancer, he might decide to start on the medium tires and go for a medium hard strategy. Your official starting lineup for the GP4 Series Bahrain Grand Prix. Sonic on pole, Energy Dan in second, Kara third, VXI in fourth, fifth is Podge, Gaming Things in sixth, Stocksy 9 in seventh, eighth is the Bear, Lewis in ninth, You Can Beat Me in 10th, Otaku Logan in 11th, 12th is Shadowlancer, Phantom Shadow in 13th, last week's winner, then Need for Speed in 14th, Proliver 15th, 16th is Fanny Line, Liverpool in 17th, 18th is Gizlodian, 19th is Saneth, and Itchboy Alfie in 20th after an unfortunate and disappointing disqualification from the qualifying session.
So, what's your top 5, Tim?
So, we're doing top 5 now. Okay, I can't even count to 5, so that's going to be very difficult. I'm going to say, in any order, Energy Dan, Sonic Hawk, those are the easy ones. VXI.
Yeah.
Gamey, because he's always there. And let's go for an outsider. We'll go for Shadowlancer.
I'm going to say, because the GP4 is so unpredictable, I might go for, I'll go real outside the box. I'll go Shadowlancer for the win, Dan second, Sonic Hawk third, Podge fourth, and Phantom Shadow fifth.
Well, we'll find out here in just a few moments' time. The session's about to start. There you see the countdown up on top. Of course, we will have to run a formation lap. But after that, it is green, green, green. We see all 29, now all 30 of you viewers. I think that might be a new record. Thank you so much for tuning in. And the race is just starting. You have not missed a thing. So you have the formation lap to go get yourself some popcorn. Go to the bathroom. If you have a concession stand in your home, go for it. But I just call it the kitchen. And then you can come back, watch the race, and just have a good time taking a look.
Whoa! Sonic car spinning off.
Yes, he did. And is that going to give him some damage before the race even starts?
He don't get damage in the formation lap, so that's a lucky sign of Sonic Hawk.
Okay, very lucky from Sonic Hawk, and he was disqualified from the formation lap. That's only the formation lap, not the actual race. So, getting his bad luck out of the way now.
Look at the tyres, Tim. Two of them has gone for the Psychomich strategy, and that is Sanav and Pro Oliver. So those two went for the Psychomich strategy. The rest of them went on mediums.
Yeah, you're right. So, really, I think that was to be expected. Of course, the top 10, they had to start on the tire that they qualified on. But then, outside the top 10, you get to choose whatever tire you want. So, that was to be expected that a lot of these drivers were going to go on the medium tire. So, it's looking like we're going to see a medium to hard strategy. Proliver and Saneth, I would not be surprised if they tried a hard to soft strategy. I have tried it around here before. It does work. But it's difficult, and you have to manage your tires.
So by managing your tires, you had to be like smooth on throttle exit, smooth on braking, easy turning.
Exactly. You don't want a lot of lockups for obvious reasons, and you want to make sure that you have the grip going through those corners. If you get that back end sliding just a little bit, or if you get the front end sliding when you're suffering from understeer, even just a little bit, it will, severely affect your tire wear. So you've just got to be so very smooth, and that's easier said than done a lot of the time.
True point. And here we go, Tim. Cars are lining up now for our second round of the season.
James Hook, you might remember him as Hooky, getting his predictions in. It's Dan, Gamey Thing, Sonic, Podge, and Phantom Shadow. So, James Hook, glad to see you watching us here. There is your former teammate, Energy Dan, lining up in second place. And here in just a moment, we're going to be going green, just waiting for the rest of the drivers to find their appropriate positions on the starting grid.
Time for those magical words, Tim.
And you hear those engines revving, you hear those itchy pedal feet, the drivers watching the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. No red lights. We are green for the GP4 series.
Dan launched off.
Bahrain Grand Prix. Yes, he did. Dan already getting into an early lead. And look at Cara in the Renault. He's up there in second. As Sonic Hawk is dropping like a rock. And the Renault is outside of the Energy Dan in the AlphaTauri there. Riding on board with Cara. There you see Energy Dan pulling away. And just behind Cara, it looks like there is a mad scramble for position. Sonic Hawk in fifth, just trying to survive. The Racing Point of Gaming Things there in fourth, trying to look on the inside of the Williams of VXI, but not able to do anything with it. VXI and Gaming Things both get very loose off of that corner, and VXI now chasing down the Renault, but he's got a healthy gap between him. Just behind him, it looks like
Stoxy 9's off!
Oh my goodness, the Haas of Stoxy 9, he had such a good qualifying, and now he is all the way back in the 18th position after spinning out. Very unfortunate for him.
Good stuff for the drivers. No damages, Tim, which is good to see.
Yeah, no damage so far anyway. And VXI now starting to get close to Cara using that slipstream. Now it's the first lap of the race, so we don't have any DRS at the moment. So VXI is going to have to rely solely on pace if he wants to get by Cara here. But it looks like he might just be able to do it. He's looking on the outside, but not able to do anything with it. And that is really not a corner that you can make an easy pass on anyway. So he's going to have to be very patient, try to get a good launch out of this corner. It looks like Podge Racing is DNF.
No!
Podge Racing is out of the session. What happened there,
Not
Oliver?
again! Oh man, Podge man, when is his luck going to change?
And we are now under a virtual safety car.
Oh, Bear's got caught! How did he get a penalty there? I presume that Phantom Shadow hit the back of the Bear, and then the Bear just got a penalty for it. Mad, absolutely insane.
That is unfortunate. It looks like DRS is it says it's enabled, but I don't think it is. We are only on lap 2. This actually caught me off guard last week, but we are back under green flag conditions. So we have Cara in second, VXI in third. Still the Bear behind him, but he did get a time penalty. So unfortunate for him.
This is the lead Energy Dan's got. My goodness.
Energy Dan showing that he's not going to be denied. He lost down the race last week, but so far he is in command here today in Bahrain.
He's 3 seconds out of everyone! My goodness! Energy Dan is not going to be messed about today, isn't he?
No, he really is not. 3.087 seconds ahead of Cara. So far, Cara just trying to hang on to second and actually doing a pretty good job to hold off VXI. I honestly anticipated VXI to get by him already because he just seems so much faster, but apparently that is not the case. Let's go back and take a look at Sonic Hawk here for just a moment. Of course, he started on the pole, but he had a bad start, and now he's dropped all the way back to the 5th place position and trying to chase down Gaming Things to get into 4th. And, you got to just feel for him as he's actually making the move on the inside and clears him with relative ease. Moves Sonic Hawk up into the 4th position. Good job there.
Dan, my goodness me, he's absolutely flying. He's just lost a second, but he's still 2 seconds ahead of everyone. Now DRS has been enabled, so this is the interesting part. Oh, Kara goes a bit too deep. This will give VXI a bit of a look, Tim.
So VXI starting to really close that gap onto the back of Kara. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Renault versus Williams.
And still stalemate.
And, you know, really, that's to be expected for the first little bit of this race, you know. And DRS has now officially been enabled. It is officially lap 3, so they're coming up on a DRS zone here in just a moment. Let's see what VXI can do on Kara. I suspect that he's going to maybe make a run at him, but he's going to have to get a good exit out of turn 10 here. It looks like he did, but was it good enough? He's got the DRS open and using the slipstream to get to Kara, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it before he gets to the end of the straightaway. Kara doing a good job so far at hanging off that Williams.
So right now, it's not playing to Energy Dan's hands right now because he's got the gap at the moment. So he's got the priority. If he keeps that gap just ahead of Kara, he's got a bit more priority in the stops. But what are the drivers to be thinking now after those 10 laps, Tim? Do you think they'll go straight to hards, or do you think they'll go 2 stops to go mediums?
I think the safe bet would go straight to hard so that you don't have to worry about pitting again, but I would not be surprised if we saw a few drivers...
Here comes VXI!
He's going to make the move into turn number 1, but he's going to be able to clear him before he gets out of the corner. No, he does not, but he does clear him there. Good job on VXI. Move him up into second, Kara in third, and now having to battle with Sonicok. Kara throwing the block on the Ferrari driver. Sonicok going even lower. Oh. And he outbrakes him, but does he keep it? No, he does not. Kara's going to go back by there side by side. Sonicok actually does keep it. He has the momentum and is able to stay in front of Kara.
Good defending there for Sonicok. Just use the momentum out of the corner, then just literally block off Kara to do what he needs to do to keep into third place. So now he's going to try and catch after VXI. Who's right now, Tim, looking pretty really strong right now. He's looking very impressive. Now Gameyface has got to turn down Kara.
Gameyface, of course, second in the point, second last week. Originally winning the race, getting a time penalty, and then dropping down to second because of that time penalty. So, going to look for a better position here today. Currently running in fifth, trying to chase down Kara, but the Renault is pulling away. So, Gameyface might have his work cut out for him. Looks like Kara is a top 5 car here today. So maybe I should be changing my predictions a little bit.
What's Lewis doing right now? He's on the back of the bear. Let's see how he takes part in the racing point machine.
Lewis in that Alfa Romeo, 4/10 of a second.
Hang on, Sonicok, Tim. Sonicok can VXI for second. Sonicok gets on the outside line. He now gets on round the outside of the Williams, and Sonicok goes into second place. Good move there from Sonicok there.
There was a little bit of contact between Sonicok and VXI. The Williams is lucky to not have any wing damage. It was so very minor that you could just really see that tiny little twitch when you see the contact. So VXI very lucky to not have any wing damage from that. Sonicok making a magnificent pass into turn number 1.
Oh, Liverpool SC Pro has spun off. Turn 3. Unlucky there for Liverpool SC Pro.
There you see him trying to get the car corrected again. Going to rejoin this battle between Kara, VXI, and Sonicok. It's pretty much a 3-car battle at the moment for the second position, with Gameyface being an honorable mention back there as well. Look at that. Kara got very loose, hung on to it, losing some ground to VXI, but that was a dance for a moment.
Can't just have a look at the comments for a second, Tim, because this is brilliant. There's a lot of people saying hashtag Dan to GP3, says Jade Sug. Ray Chunter said hashtag Dan to GP3. And this is a break card for Ray Chunter, so you'll love this. He says let's set up a GoFundMe page to buy Dan a GP3 spot.
You know, I was about to mention that to you, Oliver. I've kind of been monitoring that, and apparently, yeah, Energy Dan has a few fans.
Wow, VXI's in early.
Yeah, VXI really is. So I wonder if there is maybe some damage on that car that I didn't notice, or if maybe he's just decided that he wants to go for a different strategy. That's a very odd decision from VXI, but we'll see if it works out for him at the end of the race or not. So
Sonicok's flying, Tim. He's on the back of Energy Dan now.
7/10 of a second off the back of Energy Dan, and that is impressive. Energy Dan, mind you, he had a 3-second lead on everybody when we came back from the virtual safety car, and now Sonic Hawk is just 8 away at that to 0.6 of a second, and Sonic Hawk might be the one to watch here.
He's got pace in that Ferrari to now. Now remember last season, Tim, when you called Sonic Hawk a championship contender in Vietnam, and then he just got absolute swallowed with bad luck. So hopefully this is a new revised Sonic Hawk, a much more improved Sonic Hawk. Let's see how he can take on the runner-up of GP4. So let's see how he can take down Energy Dan here.
Of course, Energy Dan and Sonic Hawk, very good friends off the track. On the track, you know they're going to be racing each other hard. They'll race you clean, but they'll race each other very hard. So we'll see how that turns out for him. Of course, Energy Dan at this point probably just conserving, actually pulling over and letting Sonic Hawk by, it looked like, or protecting the inside rather, giving Sonic Hawk a chance at the outside. But I don't know, that really did look like Dan just about gave him that position.
And gave him the DRS as well. Is Dan planning something here? I don't know. Should then Sonic Hawk run out of his tyres or something? I don't know. Dan's playing very safe for the moment, would you say?
Yeah, he really is, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dan is trying something that maybe we're not in on, because he is definitely that kind of person to kind of play mind games with you. So, you might be right. He might be trying to intimidate Sonic Hawk into running out his tires. Maybe he just dove down to protect the inside and didn't have the pace to protect it. I really don't know. It just looked like that. It looked like he gave the position up instead of really fighting for it, but it is only lap 7, so it doesn't make sense to really fight for a position very hard this early in the race.
So any close fights so far, Tim? Is there any close fights we need to know?
It looks like Gizlodian is actually about 0.5 of a second behind Fanny Lion, who is 0.5 of a second behind the Mercedes of Sanath. So this is the battle for 10th. Fanny Lion really closing the gap that time around, so let's ride on board with Fanny Lion and that McLaren now. Sanath just trying to hang on, as Fanny Lion's going to have the DRS this time around, but Sanath is going to have the DRS on Proliver, who has made his way up to 9th on those hard tires, and Sanath, mind you, is on the hard tires as well. So those drivers that started on the hard tires so far, climbing up through the field pretty nicely.
So right now, who pitted? So VXI did pit, so he's gone into the, he's got medium, so he's taking off your visor. He's going to do a 2-stop. Is he playing for a safety car, I wonder?
I honestly wonder. I am surprised, though, that VXI pitted for the mediums that early. I expected him to,
oh,
to go a little bit
Lewis.
longer. Oh, yeah, Lewis, 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so very unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo.
Here comes Fanny Lion.
Fanny Lion using the slipstream and the DRS to get by Sanath, but is he going to be able to do it? He looks on the inside and side by side going into turn number 1, but Sanath has the speed on the outside and he will retain the position. Sanath in 7th, Fanny Lion in 8th, Gizlodian in 9th. It's 3-car battle for what is now the 7th position is shaping up, but Fanny Lion got a little bit loose and a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that is not going to help his cause at all.
Let's see Pros on the back of Lewis now, who's just stopped. Let's see if he can get him on the inside of him. We'll see if Pros have also the reserve. It's braking late going into... Oh! They made contact! They made a bit of contact. And let's see if we can get out of shape. And... oh, he's just let... Lewis was brave to go around the outside of turn 5. Brilliant move there from Lewis. They're using the grip of his tyres there.
A lock up there from Liverpool FC Pro is not going to do him any favors. He gets very loose, and he hangs on to it. Maybe this is close. He does hang on to it. Well, he keeps it off the wall, rather. Doesn't quite hang on to it, but no damage for the Red Bull driver, so very fortunate there. He's not out of it yet, but definitely looking for a better position than what he's in.
Still a long race to the FC Pro. Still a long race to go. Keep your head in, boy.
The Mad G just brought to my attention, Phantom Shadow is in 4th now. He's just going to quietly been making his way up through the field. Let's take a look at him as he's now in 2nd because of the pit strategy. Energy Dan pitting after 9 laps, and he's going on the hard tires.
This is interesting. This is interesting. Sonical's gone mediums and Dan's gone hard. So both of them are doing a split strategy as well. Very interesting strategy today, Tim. But the Sonic Hawk gets in between Fanny Lion and Sanath. Is that what he wanted, Tim, for clean air, I wonder?
It's definitely not what Fanny Lion wanted, but Sonic Hawk, it might be a okay. currently trying to get by Santa, but maybe not going to be able to do it. Does he? Yes, he does, actually. Might have rubbed just a little bit. Didn't quite tell, but it doesn't matter because
where's
Sonic
Dan in all this? Is Dan behind all of this lot? He is. Dan is behind all of this lot, Tim. My goodness. Poor things there for Energy Dan there.
Yeah, Dan currently running in the 10th position of all places. So Energy Dan, who was leading coming into the pits, is now in 10th, and Sonic Hawk in 5th. I wonder what happened. Did he get held up in the pits?
I don't know, but Dan has got 4 cars. 4 cars to overtake. He's still overtaking with just loadings as them by, but we've got a fight going on with VXI and Fanny Line. Good overtake from VXI. Overtaking Fanny Line. Shadow Lancer leads from Phantom and Otako Logan. So I don't know. Dan's got a bit of work to do to get back up to Sonic Hawk.
Yeah, he really doesn't. I really want to know why he dropped back so far. I mean, we've seen a very congested pit lane the past couple of laps, but I think that he got held up or something had to happen.
Because VXI on Santa, Tim.
So VXI gets around Sanith before they get to turn 1. Sanith trying to battle back on the outside, but not able to do anything with it. So VXI is going to get that 6th position. Sanith is now back to having to fend off Fanny Lion, who really can't seem to make his way forward any further, and he still does have that 3-second time penalty he's going to have to worry about at the end of the race. So that's unfortunate for Fanny Lion as well. But so far, he's just trying to chase down Sanith, using the slipstream where applicable. Really not going to help you too much around the corners here. Let's see how they do through turn 8. Sanith misses the apex. Fanny Lion gets it pretty good.
That goes a bit wide. So I'm trying to figure this out, Tim, and what Energy Dan can do here, because he's got Fanny Line and Sanaf in front of him, who are both fighting. I'm not going to give no props. So Sonic Hawk and Proliver go side by side. Proliver goes into 4th place now. Proliver's flying away. Dan is struggling. This is not just costing him time to Sonic Hawk. He's got to get some move on to see if he can get this victory or not, Tim.
Yeah, and I think one thing, though, that might play into Dan's favor is he's on the hards, and he can go to the end of the race. Sonic Hawk is on the mediums, and it's almost a guarantee he's going to have to pit again. So Sonic Hawk is, as he pits, will likely lose position to Dan. And there goes Dan around Fanning Lion, and he clears him before he gets to the corner. Now he's going to have to work on Sanith in that Mercedes. But does
double
he get
move!
A double move indeed, or at least trying to. Not quite able to get it to stick through turn 1, but a good effort from Energy Dan.
That would have been something.
So taking a look now at Otaku Logan, who has gotten into about 9/10 of a second behind Phantom Shadow. Phantom Shadow, of course, your winner from last week, running in 2nd today. So far, Phantom Shadow's had a pretty eventful first 2 races to the season.
You could ask for a better season for a debut. As I say, running 2nd in 2 SFR races. Very good stuff from him. I want to go back to what Sonic Hawk is doing right now with Energy Dan in 8th. I think what Sonic Hawk is trying to do is trying to pull a gap out to Energy Dan to minimise the deficit of the medium tyres compared to the hards. I think that's what Sonic Hawk is trying to do, is to minimise that pit stop deficit, because he knows it's going to be behind Energy Dan on the next, when he comes in. But he wants to minimise it as much as he can, so he can now to see if he can try and attack Energy Dan towards the end of the race when he goes on to softs.
I think you're right about that, Oliver, so we'll see if it's able to work out for Sonic Hawk, because those soft tires are definitely going to be a far cry in paces opposed to the hard tires that Energy Dan's going to be on, but it might
Phantom's
not be
in,
enough.
first of the medium runners.
And Energy Dan making a move around Sanith as well, so there goes Energy Dan into the 6th position. So what tires does Phantom Shadow go on? He goes for the hard tires.
We've got a bit of a fight going on between Fanny Line, Gislodian and Kara. So this is a bit of a fight going on, a bit of a scrap.
And Gaming Things as well. He is there on the back of Kara.
We've got loads of fights going on, jeez. With the Baronity boy Alfie and Lewis. Got this fight going on. We've got loads of fights going on at the moment. especially in that midfield. Sonic Hawk's gone into third. It's now gone into third because there's a Phantom Shadow who stopped because he's now gone to the hards. Gamey Things was trying to be brave to go down on the inside. Sonic Hawk, is he going for a move? I wonder on Taco Logan? No.
Gamey Things
just for now.
Gamey Things does make the move on Kara though to move him up into the 8th position. Kara
And
dropping down
Fanning
to
Line
10th
as well.
now because Fanning Line got by him. Well, no, Kara's battling.
Oh,
Kara's not
good
going to quite let him
drive.
go by.
Round turn 12 gets the move done.
You really saw the momentum on the outside line work for Kara there for just a moment. He just could not keep it. So Fanning Line was able to
My word! Sonic Hawk almost got squeezed into the pit lane by Otaku Logan. Almost squeezed him into the pit lane itself. Until Otaku Logan had to back out of it. My goodness me, that was close.
I want you to clip that, Oliver. I want to see that later. I did not catch it, unfortunately, but Sonic Hawk very lucky to still be running in second from the sounds of it. It is Shadow Lancer, Sonic Hawk, and Proliver your top 3 at the moment, with DXI and Energy Dan your top 5.
Shadow Lancer, he's trying to play the stint out. I think he wants to try and max out his stint to get a better, probably playing out for those hard tires. Oh, and it's your boy Alfie close to overtaking Lewis. Look at this midfield battle team. It's 5 cars for what looks to be, what is it, 10th right now? It's unreal.
And it's your boy Alfie trying to get around the outside of Lewis in the Alfa Romeo, not able to do anything with it. Just behind him, and his Gizlody in the Red Bull with the Bear. And Stoxy 9, all of them just in a big mix. So let's ride on board with Stoxy 9. He's at the tail end of this battle, but he's got a bird's eye view of it all. Going by Gizlodian. Wow, with relative ease, there goes Stoxy 9, clears the Red Bull, and now he's got to work on the Bear in the Racing Point machine.
Oh, they touched!
Oh, no,
There's a massive
off.
contact!
Stoxy 9 is off, but he's able to get back on track, but does he have
Damage on the Haas!
Yes, he
Damage
does.
on the Haas! Right-hand side, right end plate, smacked into the backside of the Bear. Unlucky.
And there goes the Bear going wide, being forced wide by Gizlody, and just a little bit there. Stoxy 9 goes by him as the Bear actually has to go into the pits. Oh my goodness. So Stoxy 9's going to stay out there. He says, I don't care if I've got wing damage. Who needs a front wing anyway?
Shadow Lancer just came out in front of this battle, so that's a bit of a reprieve for Tom. Very good stuff from him, as he just came ahead of this battle, so this is good news for him.
Gizlodian and Stoxy 9 still battling it out. Almost in contact through turns 1 and turns 3. And very close through that corner as well. Stoxy 9, though, in 11th place, holding off that Red Bull. And you got to remember that Haas car has wing damage, so that's very impressive to see him be able to do that. Not sure if there's any wing damage on the Red Bull or not. It doesn't look like there is, but there was a lockup on the right front going through that corner. And a little bit of a bobble off the corner, so definitely not the best corner for Gizlodian that time around as they go through turns 9 and 10. A big lockup from the Red Bull. That's going to allow Phantom Shadow to get very close onto the back of that car. So let's ride on board with Phantom Shadow. He's going to use the DRS to try to get by Gizlodian, but is he going to be able to do it? No, he doesn't. He looks on the inside, but just not able to get a run on it.
Sonic Hawk is now leading the race now, Tim. By the way, we got another new leader, Sonic Hawk. So it's good news for in the Ferrari camp. So right now, I'm still trying to figure this out on strategy. I think, Sonic Hawk is trying to play a gap to Energy Dan. Big Size just behind him. Proliver is doing a very good job on the tires just started, and Phantom Shadow gets right past his own, who's actually going into the pit. So bargains for Phantom Shadow.
And Stoxy
9 gets penalised. Yeah.
So a bad day goes to worse for Stoxy 9. Very unfortunate for him. I hate to see that. He had such a decent qualifying run, and then he got spun off on the first lap, was able to work his way up to close to the top 10, and now here he is again with a time penalty.
Gave you things on the back of Sanef, Tim, if you want to have a look.
So on board with Gamey Things now, very loose through that corner. You saw him turning left through a right-hander. Hangs on to it.
So Shadow Lancer, Tim, I have to say the least, he's got, it's your boy Alfie's got 12 lap old mediums. He's gonna stop. Stanav's Sanat's got to stop, and Prava's got to stop. So Shalancer's going to gain 3 positions by the end of the race, Tim.
It looks as though he is. So we'll see where he winds up, of course, trying to get a good points day for AlphaTauri. Not sure that Shadowlancer is going to be able to contend for a podium, but who knows? Something might happen.
He did start in the mediums. Opens up his strategy a lot more.
Still on board with gamey things as they go through the final corner. Lap 16 of 29 here in Bahrain, so just over halfway. And there goes gamey things around Saneth going into turn number 1. He clears it before he gets there. No, he doesn't actually. Saneth goes on the outside trying to defend, and he gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. He just...
Did gamey things force him off to get the penalty though, Tim?
I don't know. I don't think he did. But I will admit, I would have to see it again to make a fully educated call on that.
Right. What's next on the hit list?
Saneth now having to defend from Kara. We get a lovely helicopter view. Always love this camera angle. I wish that we could select it as one of the camera angles by default, but unfortunately we cannot. Saneth, of course, still hanging on to 6th place after trying to battle with gaming things. So Kara in 7th, who had a decent qualifying run, so far has had an okay race. I think we expect a little bit more from Kara because he really seemed like he had top 3 or at least top 5 pace at the beginning of this, but now it looks like he's just struggling to get back there.
Would you say now, Tim, that Kara, well, not Kara, Saneth is now approaching the end of his tie stint?
Maybe so. Well, Kara is... Oh, wow, there's a battle between
good
Kara
move.
and Saneth. Good move from Kara indeed. Kara's only got 8 laps on those hard tires, and Saneth has got 15 laps on the tires. The hards will last for about 20 laps, so I think Saneth is okay to stay out there
Saneth's
for a
having
little bit
another
longer.
go.
Trying to look on the outside. Saneth really likes trying to make moves on the outside. Let's see if it actually works for him this time. It almost did, but he just could not get the drive off out of turn 1.
I think it just might be the tyres. He's now 16 lap old. Hard tyres now. His tyre life now is coming towards the end of his stint. I mean, it's now it's a matter of when or a matter of how when Saneth does come in.
Fair play to him for battling on the outside. You don't really see
Stoxy
a lot
9
of
on the bear. Stoxy 9 on the inside of the bear goes into 14th. Good move there.
So Stoxy 9 having to deal with numerous time penalties throughout the race and running in 14th place, so probably not going to have the best of races for him today. The bear, of course, a lot of time penalties as well.
Yeah, true point. Fair play to the drivers. Was it around about 8 drivers got penalties? Around about 8 or 9 drivers? The penalties, most of us got none. So fair play to the drivers today.
Yeah, fair play indeed. So let's go take a look at Saneth once again. He seems to be, he was eating away at the gap to Kara, but now it looks like he's actually losing. So,
oh, Shadow! Unlucky.
So that is a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for Shadowlancer. Very unfortunate for him. But he might be
and
gaining a
Saneth
position
finally
here
in. Saneth is finally in. And so is BXI. So Shadowlancer get another 2 spots.
So we got a time penalty, but it might not matter. It just all depends once we get to the end of this race. Shadow, of course, can go the rest of the way. He's only got 3 laps on those hard tires, and we have about 12 laps remaining in the race. His teammate, Energy Dan, with 8 laps on the hard tires, has now
What's going
moved
on
up
back
into
there? So
second.
You Could Beat Me. You Could Beat Me just got... VXI has come behind You Could Beat Me. So right now, VXI's got DRS on him. Can You Could Beat Me get him down the inside? He's having a little look at him. Dives in. Beautifully just driving. You Could Beat Me just gets the drive out turn 4 and gets the move stick. You Could Beat Me stays where he is.
And now there goes VXI around the outside. Some contact! The McLaren versus Williams, and now it's Proliver trying to stick his nose into the mix. A 3-car battle going through turns 9 and 10, and the McLaren goes wide. He cannot do anything else. Proliver gets by into the 9th position. You Can Beat Me, having to drop down all the way to 10th.
You do not normally overtake there, don't you?
Normally you don't, but if you have the opportunity, you might as well take it.
Wow. Terrific racing. We can now start sensing that the race is starting to open up now.
And we're really getting within the last 10 laps of this race, so I think you're right about that, Oliver. This is really when the race is starting. This is
Here comes VXI on the back of Otaku Logan.
Trying on the outside. Is he going to be able to clear him? No, not quite. Otaku Logan battling on the inside, but VXI does clear him as they get to turn 1.
Right. Shallow answers him. I would say in the least, I think he can sneak in a podium, but it depends on how long Sonic Hawk and Game of These tires last. That's what I'm suggesting. Oh, they both spin! What happened to them?
Who?
Victor and Otaku!
Oh my goodness.
Victor and Otaku! They both spin off at turn 4. Was it synchronized spinning from them? I don't know, but I didn't see the touch. I didn't see a touch, but my goodness me. Synchronized spinning from the both of them.
Okay, well, 9th and 10th is VXI and Otaku Logan now. So going back to the podium talk that we were, you got to remember, though, Kara is ahead of Shadowlancer, and he's got 11 laps on those tires, and with just about 10 laps remaining in this race, I think it's realistic that Kara goes to the end of this race. The question is, does he stay within 3 seconds of Shadowlancer?
But there's another thing about the other medium time runners of Sonic Hawk and Gaming Things. How long are they going to last on their tires? That's the question I'm asking myself.
So there you see Sonic Hawk. Fanning Lion is retired.
Fanning Lion's gone.
Fanning Lion?
Is that a safety? Oh, it's gone off on the exit of turn 12. Fanning Lion out. You could beat me's in. Safety car! Safety car! Wow! Safety car!
And honestly,
soft tires.
At the
soft
worst,
tires now.
That was a safety car at the worst possible time for Sonic Hawk.
Oh man!
However,
Soxy 9! Oh no! You serious? Oh no! Unlucky.
I don't think this race agrees with Stoxy 9 today, but Stoxy 9 probably disagrees with this race, so I'm sure that he's just waiting for it to be over. Now, Sonic Hawk, I said it was the worst time for Sonic Hawk. I actually think it's probably the best time for Sonic Hawk because he was in Sector 2 when the safety car came out, and he is still 15 seconds ahead of Energy Dan. So, this might be a free pit stop for Sonic Hawk. Maybe. It's going to be close, but this might just have benefited Sonic Hawk tremendously. He's going to go on the soft tires, obviously. So we'll see what happens here between Energy Dan. But here's the question. If you're Energy Dan, do you pit? I think you have to.
Yeah, it's got to be a soft tire run. It's time for soft tires now. And you know the best part about this, Tim? Now we've got this late safety car. We've got some beautiful... What's it? We're going to split 3 laps. That's 21, 22, 23... We're going to be on lap 20, possible lap 24 when the safety car goes in. So we got, what's it? 25, 26, 27, 28, 20. 5 lap sprint, Tim, for the end. We got a 5-lap sprint.
And that is going to be juicy. Like, that is just amazing. A 5-lap sprint on soft tires between Sonic Hawk, Energy Dan, and what looks to be Gamey Things, Proliver, and VXI. That is going to be a magnificent battle.
Oh man. We're going to the meter things, Tim. We are going to the meter things now. Interesting that for Proliver and VXI, they've gone to the medium tires. They want to stick it out, so I don't know. I would give them fresh mediums, but I don't know.
So yeah, Proliver.
That's their thinking.
Yeah, Proliver and VXI staying out on mediums, it looks like. So, and like you said, they are fresh mediums, so it might not be too bad, but I still feel like they should have pitted for the soft tire.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree on that one. So don't forget, lads. Don't forget, we got this is not over. Our race week's not over, Tim. We got tomorrow, GP3 tomorrow, same time, same place. We got GP2 tomorrow and GP1. So 3 more days of this, Tim. Well, we're here in Bahrain.
Yeah, that we do. GP3 on Tuesdays. Wednesdays is GP2. Thursdays is GP1. And of course, today is Monday, so it is GP4 day. So we get 4 races a week here at Speed Force Racing, and you can watch them all live here on our YouTube channel. If you're watching this race, then don't worry, you're already in the right place. But first of all, we have to see who's going to win this battle. Sonic Hawk, Injury Dan, or is it going to be someone from outside the top 2? Is it going to be one of the medium runners of Proliver and VXI? Or who knows, Gamey Thing's running there in 5th. Definitely going to be looking for some redemption.
Oh, it's always Gamey Thing's always hovering around somewhere, isn't it? It's always Gamey Thing's hovering around somewhere, isn't it?
Gamey Things always figures out how to get a podium. If you put Gamey Things out there on a bicycle, he would figure out how to get a podium eventually.
You're not wrong there, mate. You're not wrong. Oh, dear. Of course, tomorrow it is GP3 tomorrow, which yours truly will be racing at GP3 tomorrow with Fletcher. So, yes, I had a bit of a bad start to the season, but let's see if I can redeem myself tomorrow in the red Scuderia with Fletcher. So that'll be fun. I love this comment, Tim. I love this comment. Before you say something, I love this. Whoever said this is brilliant. Who said it? No, I need to have a look. James Hook. He says it's the horse versus the bull. That's a good comment. Brilliant.
Yeah, it really is. That's an interesting way to look at it. The horse versus the bull. So then, what would you call the Alfa Romeo and the Williams behind them?
It's gonna be the horse versus the bull versus what do you call Salvo or Alfa Romeo? I don't know. And then you got Colgate toothpaste.
The horse versus the bull versus the mini horse versus the Colgate toothpaste versus the Mercedes 2.0. That's your top 5.
No, the Racing Point is strawberry milkshake.
I like that one a lot better. Strawberry milkshake. Alpha is a snake. Okay, a snake. So the horse versus the bull versus the snake versus the toothpaste versus the milkshake.
We are very random here at SFR, aren't we, Tim?
Yeah, but that's why it's fun. And, you know, we need this filler while we're under the safety car.
Indeed so. Right, guys, in the comments, 22 of you, who's going to win? Who is going to win, mates? Put your predictions in now. I love that from Rachel, a tracing point. Brilliant there for Ray Hunter. James Hook saying it'll be Sonic Hawkson to win.
VXI pitted again.
Oh!
Why?
Wow! I don't think he's fitting the mediums, Tim. I think he's gone on to softs. Wow!
But why would you do it now?
Need the speeds in as well, Tim.
Oh my goodness! I mean, like VXI, he was in 4th, so that's, I mean, 10-lap old mediums in 4th are better than fresh softs in almost dead last with less than 5 laps to go.
Well, damn if you do, damn if you don't, isn't it, Tim?
I guess so. And you know, that's the thing. It wasn't even 10-lap old mediums. He had like 4 laps on his tires. I have no idea. I'm at a loss for that one.
Clive Bailey says Energy Dan's going to win. Also, Mansell saying Dan as well. What else we got here? We got... you know what's funny, Tim? Clive Bailey's put a great comment on the Racing Point. It's not Strawberry Milkshake. It's not Tracing Point. Clive Bates, get ready for this, Dave. He called it the Pink Love Machine. That's brilliant.
Oh my goodness.
Racing Point, I feel sorry for you, man.
Well, you gotta understand though, Racing Point's social media game is second only to Mercedes. So I'm sure that if they're watching this, that they could just go for it.
Well, they're no longer a Racing Point anymore, aren't they? They're Aston Martin now. They're turning for Peter Green, so
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, true. So So instead of Strawberry Milkshake or Pink Love Machine, we're going to have to think of a new name for him come next season.
Greenfield.
We'll figure it out. It's too much thinking for me right now. But
here we go, Tim. Restart. 5 lap sprint, buddy. 5 lap sprint. Here we go.
So Sonic Hawk, Energy Dan, Proliver, your top 3. Gamey Things, Kara, your top 5. As we go green, Sonic Hawk is the control car. But tell that to Energy Dan because he is kept with that Ferrari. Look at that as they go down the straightaway. Sonic Hawk trying to break up the slipstream. Energy Dan just trying to hang on to the slipstream. Looking on the outside, not able to do it. He's going to try the crossover move, not able to do it as well. But now he goes on the inside of Sonic Hawk. It is side-by-side Ferrari versus AlphaTauri.
It's the horse versus the bull. Turn to go into turn 4. Side by side between the two. Energy Dan gets the outside line. Dan takes the lead. Gamey Things gets past Kara. And Kara sticks out of Proliver. Brilliant racing.
Brilliant racing indeed. Energy Dan, Sonic Hawk, Gamey Things, Kara, Proliver, your top 5 now. After half a lap going back green from the safety car.
Look at Shalalancer. Oh, Shalalancer. Oh, what a move for Shalalancer. Try to get the drive off. Oh, beautiful move for Shalalancer. Gets into 6th place side by side towards turn 10. Turn 11, sorry. Shalalancer gets the move done. Oh, Liverpool C Pro is out of it.
And Shadow Lancer hanging on to the 6th place right now, trying to pull away from Santa, and he does so far. He's now half.
Turn the leaders. Turn the leaders. The leaders.
Side by side, Sonic Hawk making a move on the outside of Energy Dan, the same place that he got him on lap 6.
Will Dan fight back though?
Sonic Hawk going down low to protect him from the slipstream. Into turn 1 now.
Look at Gamey Things and Kara. They caught onto this team. It's a 4-car fight now.
There you see Gamey Things in the racing point just behind him. Kara just behind him in the Renault. The AlphaTauri of Energy Dan chasing the Ferrari of Sonic Hawk. Lap 25 of 29.
This is what we want to see, Tim. We always said, Tim, Bahrain always spices something, don't it? It always does.
And that it has today, a late safety car, giving us a 5-lap shootout, and it is not disappointed so far. But Energy Dan out of DRS range, but was he in range when he was... No, he wasn't in the detection zone. He was not in range in the detection zone, so he does not have DRS down this straightaway. Sonic Hawk pulling away
DRS
from
is not active yet, buddy. DRS is not active yet, so don't worry. He's safe for now.
No, he's not. He is out. He is behind Sonic Hawk more than a second, so he's not going to have DRS even when it is activated. So Energy Dan losing ground to Sonic Hawk. Sonic Hawk showing that he's not going to be denied. He wants this win bad.
Oh, don't he just? And this is the new improved Sonic Hawk as well. So it's all down to see if Energy Dan can actually hold his ground, most likely. Shadowlancer's closing slowly on Proliver. Itty Boy Alfie side by side with Sanaf. And doesn't get the move done. Sanaf gets another drive going down into the main straight. Can he get the move done down the inside? Sanaf covers him off nicely. Trying to Shadow the Bear, they're fighting. Loads of fights going on with Kara. Oh, Kara's not got Gamey Things. Close enough. Loads of fights going on, Tim.
Yeah, on board with Kara, but behind him, Shadow Lancer really fighting with Proliver. Just 0.6 of a second separating these drivers. 0.4 of a second now as a big lockup from Proliver is going to allow Shadow Lancer to close in on him just a little bit, but there was a lockup from Shadow Lancer as well.
Shadow Lancer's not making great progress that he wants, isn't it, Tim?
No, he really is not, and I think that the safety car really hurt him. And you got to remember, he has a 3-second time penalty, so if the race were to end now, he would probably be demoted to about 8th or 9th place, if not even a little bit further back. So Shadow Lancer, it's going to behoove him to try and get ahead of these drivers as quickly as possible and as far away from them as he can to get the best points finish.
And it just. Kara now on the back of Gamey Things for the podium, Tim.
Kara thought about sending it, but did not do it. Gamey Things shut the door on him.
DRS is active.
DRS is active, but it's not going to help Energy Dan. He's in second, 2.1 seconds behind Sonic.
Shout
but it might help Kara, except he goes way too wide.
Oh my goodness me, what fight to go. Shadowlancer and Prowler still side by side. Shadowlancer finally gets the position done. P5 for Shadowlancer. AlphaTauri 2 and 5. Unbelievable.
This is the closest battle on track, Proliver versus Shadowlancer, but Shadowlancer got by Proliver. Proliver on those old mediums and a big lock up there once again. Shadowlancer on those fresh softs, but they're not going to be fresh for very long. Already 5 laps on those tires, some of them, though, being safety car laps, so that really plays well into Shadowlancer's hands. It's no doubt that these drivers are going to be able to go to the end of this race, but are they going to wear out their tires by the time they get there?
True point, but like you said before, I don't think we're hindering too much because they have been underneath the safety car, so they'll give them, 2-3 laps of reprieve before they go give them punishment, so yeah, they can go to the end. I would say 7 laps.
Oh yeah, they can certainly go to the end. I just wonder, though, who is going to have the best tire management, because it may not matter between Sonic Hawk and Energy Dan, the gap is so great, but when you get to gamey things in Kara and even Shadowlancer, I guess, to an extent, Shadowlancer and Proliver, if gamey things or Kara use up their tires, then the other one's just going to have the advantage. And oh my goodness, it doesn't matter. There was some contact between Kara and gamey things. I thought for a moment gamey things was going around, but he did not. He hung on to it, and I don't think there's any wing damage on Kara's Renault, surprisingly. That could have been so much worse.
I mean, it is what, isn't it? 2 laps to go. Sonic Hawk 2.1 ahead of Dan. Sonic Hawk is dialed into this track, and he said in the preview, Tim, Sonic Hawk looked pretty strong here today, and he is. Sonic Hawk loves Bahrain.
2.2 seconds ahead of Energy Dan. That is strong to me, leading the race with a gap to spare. But back there in fourth is Kara trying to get around gamey things for the podium. Let's see if he's able to do it. Kara, of course, qualified in third.
Whoa!
Shut the door on him on the outside. Wow! So Kara is
I thought that was going to be a contact.
Yeah, Kara
I thought there was going to be contact there. My word.
This is hard racing between these two drivers. They know that this is the final spot on the podium. And gamey things and Kara, neither of them have time penalties. So this is just whoever finishes ahead of one another is who gets the position. So everything's on the line here, and it's lap 29, so it's the final lap. Sonic Hawk 2.4 seconds ahead of Energy Dan, and look at that, just behind him, Kara trying to make a move on gamey things, and he's able to do it. Yes, he does into turn number 1.
I thought gamey things was squeezing Kara into the wall there. My God, oh, Kara goes too deep. Gamey things have a chance back in. Oh.
Gamey going on the outside, Kara just barely giving him enough room. Gamey thinks he's going to be on the outside. Kara has the preferred line on the inside, but Gamey thinks he's going to have momentum, but is he going to be able to do anything with it? No, he does not. Kara's going to hang on to third.
Yes, well done, Kara. Beautiful stuff there.
Through turn 8. Gamey loses ground to Kara. That might be all she wrote.
Job done, Tim. I've got job done.
He's going to have the DRS, though. This is his last chance. It's not going to be
enough. It's job done. It's job done.
Enough.
Sonic Hawk for the... That's podium done, Tim. That's podium finished.
Not quite yet, but Kara is looking pretty good. He's just going to have to keep pace through the final few corners. But your eyes now are on Sonic Hawk. You look ahead of him, you see nothing. That's because he is the leader. Sonic Hawk rounding the final corner in Bahrain, and he will win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Second place will belong to Energy Dan in the AlphaTauri. A podium finish. Indeed,
beautiful
crashes
racing.
Right at the end, but does cross the line. Kara in third, gamey things in fourth. Fifth is going to be Proliver in the Alfa Romeo. It's your boy Alfie driving from 20th place to 6th place, and Shadowlancer getting 7th.
Alfie, beautiful drive, man. Beautiful drive.
8th place is You Can Beat Me, Sanathan. 9th, 10th is VXI.
What a race.
What a race indeed, and I've got to give the driver of the day to It's Your Boy Alfie. Disqualified in the qualifying session, he says, I don't care, and makes his way up to 6th place.
Beautiful drive. Sonic Hawk, from the start of the race, on pole to victory. Well done, Sonic Hawk. I really hope that this is the start of something. I really hope so.
It might be, and I'm sure that he hopes so as well. What you see is what you get. These are the official finishing order for this race. Just waiting for the clock to run out now. We will talk to these drivers here momentarily.
I'll tell you what, GP3, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for tomorrow, man. We had to top this. Hopefully.
So, you're in the Ferrari, Oliver. Does this...
Hey, there you go, Alfie. I'm just going to see what the race brings. Sonic Hawk.
A moonwalk.
Cheeky celebration.
There you go.
Oh, we can't interview Sonic Hawk, Tim, unfortunately.
So, instead of speaking to Sonic Hawk, we're going to speak to Energy Dan and Kara. Sonic Hawk cannot make it. But he made the race. And he made the win. And that is what matters. Really going to help him in the point standings. Your official finishing order for the Bahrain Grand Prix is Sonic Hawk in 1st, Energy Dan in 2nd, 3rd is Kara Gaming Things in 4th, Proliver in 5th. It's your boy Alfie coming from 19th place on the grid all the way to 6th place. 7th is going to be Shadow Lancer. You can beat me in 8th. 9th is Sanit. 10th is VXI. Lewis in 11th. Otaku Logan in 12th. 13th is Phantom Shadow, last week's winner. Not the result he was wanting, though. Stoxy 9 in 14th. 15th is Gizlodian the Bear in 16th. 17th is Need for Speed. Liverpool FC Pro in 18th. 19th is Fanny Lion and Podge Racing in 20th place after a very unfortunate DNF early on in the race. So we're going to talk to Dan and Kara.
Yeah, I was just about to mention to that Sonic Hawk's got the full house today. He's even got the fastest lap of the race as well.
There you go, Sonic Hawk showing he will not be denied here in Bahrain. Did not have the race he wanted in Australia, but it's a-okay looking for him today.
Right, I'm going to just add the slot now, because the fun part. There we go.
So if anyone wants to ask Sonic Hawk, or excuse me, wants to ask Energy Dan and Kara any questions, you can go ahead and post them into the chat. We will get around to asking them for you. Unfortunately, cannot ask Sonic Hawk any questions because he cannot make the interview. He has since notified us. But you can still talk to Energy Dan and Kara.
Okay, that's that one. Okay, yep. We got the 2. There we go. Done. Right, I've invited the podium spots. Or let's wait for the 2 of them to join.
Hopefully they will join soon.
Just give the time. So yeah, Tim, you mentioned GP3. Me and Fletcher have been preparing for this race. The hash drivers of Calvin and Ray Chunts are very good. Very, very good. It was unlucky for Ray Chun that he retired in Australia. I thought Omax was very quick. We'll have to see what we do in the Ferrari camp. Me and Fletcher, again, we have been preparing, so we had to wait to see what tomorrow brings. I'm sure me and him will get our final preparations tomorrow, and let's see what Bahrain can actually deliver. But I have no doubt in my mind that Fletcher has been having it's got a much better car than I have. But I'm more of a guy that has more of a consistent tyre saving race, and Fletcher goes all out and does what he does best. So hopefully that us here at Ferrari will do the business today. And also, guys, if you want to know, in about 8 days time I'll be turning a good age of 24. so I'll be enjoying that. Hey, yes, Danny. Right, I've just invited Cara. Sonic can't make it, buddy.
So just waiting on Cara.
Cara, please.
It says he's joined.
There is Energy Dan waiting on Cara now.
I've invited it in. It's down to him now if he wants to join.
I'm not sure he will,
it's all fair enough. If he's not, then Tim, it's all yours.
All right, well, I guess we will start the interviews. If Cara joins, of course, we will ask him some questions, but we are going to talk to our second place finisher, Energy Dan. So you had a magnificent race. You had a 3-second lead at one point early on before the virtual safety car. Sonic Hawk was able to run you down, and then it looked like you might be able to get the win after the late safety car, but Sonic Hawk ultimately did get the win by just about 2 seconds over you. Was he just so much faster than you today? Is there anything you could have done differently to maybe catch him there at the end? Did we lose Dan?
Have we lost Dan?
Oh, no, I'm here.
Dan's still here.
Right. Yeah, Sonic's pace was absolute lightning. Yeah, he did actually deserve the win, but the one stop, I noticed quite late he was actually doing a 2-stop, which I wasn't expecting. Towards the end, when that safety car came out, I think he had a 13-second lead. So I was still thinking then, even if he pitted for softs or another set of mediums, with his pace, he probably could have come through the field again and still got the win maybe. But then when that safety car came out, I was like, damn, this is like Japan all over again. But yeah, I think, did Sonic get the fastest lap?
He did as well.
So that's the triple crown for Adesh. That's pretty good. That's something good to put on his driving licence. Pole, fastest lap and win. So I'd be stamping that all over social media. So yeah, so fair play to him. Yeah, I mean, at the start, when I aced the start and built out that 3-second lead, I should have reined it in a little bit, but I tried to get more of a lead, panicking over because I'm not. It's not a strong track of mine, this. So I was panicking, trying to get a bit of a lead, which was the wrong thing to do because my tyres just literally went, and that's how, Sonic came up behind me, and his pace was just lightning. But then I was actually quite relieved when he went into the pits. So I thought, right, brilliant, I'm pitting as well. So, and I didn't actually realise he'd gone onto the mediums till about 3 laps later. But yeah, like I say, towards the end, it was touch and go. I saw Gamey and Cara fighting behind, so I wasn't too concerned about them too. Yeah, but it was a really good race, to be honest with you. I'm really chuffed with it because it's not a strong track of mine. Even though I've got 2 podiums here in 2 seasons, it's a hard track to drive. It really is, and it's minimal between the 2-stop and the 1-stop. I think last season Pro Oliver did a 1-stop, had 2 softs or something, and I did the 2-stop, and Shayab did the 1-stop. So it just shows you the 2-stop and 1-stop. There's not much in it.
Did your first pit stop edge down, and you came up with some traffic? Did that sort of cost you with the race win today?
Yeah, no, I don't think it did, because it did slow me down, but going up against Sonic, his pace today, just not a chance. Maybe it'd have, without the safety car, yes, but without the safety car, yes. No, let me try and think how this. No, without the safety car, it wouldn't have mattered. I think I'd have got the win. But with the safety car, I think either way it don't really matter, because Sonic was either going to be too fast or that safety car was going to help him out. So in the end, it didn't really matter.
So Martin is wondering.
Your thoughts going into? Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
Martin is wondering, were you considering staying out at the end on the hard tires?
Yes, I was. But then I remember how quick the softs are compared to the hards, and I noticed that I think it was Pro Oliver and someone else behind. Was it Cara and Gamey? I think maybe were on mediums, so I knew I'd have the tyres on them. That was after the pit stop, but I knew straight away that most people would be going onto the softs. So I thought, you know what, I'll have to risk pitting, losing a position, but being on the faster tyre. So it did cross my mind, but ultimately it was always going to be the right decision to pit.
And your thoughts going into Vietnam next week?
Bring it on. I can't wait. I love Vietnam.
You're opposite to a lot of heads.
Mate, I think it's a brilliant track. It's difficult. Sector 1 is an absolute Rubik's Cube of driving skill. No matter what line you take through after turn 1, 2, 3 and 4, you just never seem to be able to do it fast. It's quite a bold statement. I'm sure the stream viewers will correct me, but I would say it's the hardest sequence of corners on the calendar. Love to see if someone can comment on that, because I genuinely think it's the hardest 4 corners on the circuit, bar none. And
thoughts on Shallow today, Dan? You had a bit of a tough race today. Do you feel he'll come back stronger, your teammates?
Yeah, he will, mate. He will. Tom's a cracking racer. He's got the pace. I think Tom just overthinks things sometimes. But yeah, he's got unlucky today, to be honest with you. I think if he qualified a little bit higher, he'd be up there with me. But you know, starting was it P12 he started or P11?
P12, yeah.
Yeah, P12 to P5. Was it P5 he got in the end?
He got a 3-second time penalty. I think it was either P5 or P7 he got.
Yeah, or P7 it was actually, yeah. Still a cracking result for Tom. And like I said, Tom's going to be up there this season, mate, so don't count him out for anything. He'll be up there, and we'll be fighting for this Constructors all the way to the end.
Decent. Fair play, mate. Fair play.
And
by the way, Dan. By the way, Dan, congratulations on your child. By the way, congratulations from what was doing SFR. Congratulations on your child, mate.
Thanks, mate.
And with that, I think that's just about all the time that we have for today. So until next time, good evening, good morning, good day, good night, wherever you are. Have fun and goodbye.